Hey everyone, it's me, Patch Them Bogad. Welcome to my channel, and thank you for viewing my videos. Hopefully, they're very educational for you. But this particular video is about what do daemons actually need? What do they ask for in return of their services? That makes a lot of sense because the reason why I've made this video is because I simply thought that myself. Even though at the time in my infantile state, spiritually speaking, even though it was plainly told to me, I didn't really know exactly what it meant. Even though in Satan's due time, he helped me to appreciate in a progressive manner what that meant. Either I was paying attention or not. Look, all I know is that I was completely passionate about what I was doing. I loved what I was doing, and I just thought that it was just completely just amazing, just knowing, that I could speak with Satan, just one on one, and you can too. Now, if you're that individual that's really about the lighter path, like the new age, and then it's the same thing with you as you speak with the guardian spirits or the spirit guides, But with myself on the darker path, it was definitely Satan. All I know was Satan. So it's just one of those things where when I think about the things that Satan had asked of me throughout my years, like for example, he simply asked for energy. He asked, not so much asked, but he actually um, came to me and he just went ahead and he took my world and put it upside down. And that's how I lost my job at that particular year in 2020 in January. It was actually the 6th of January. I listened to a very beautiful live stream from Orly Stewart, who is also very phenomenal. And I say very three times because she's just phenomenal. She knows how things work on the left hand path. And upon listening to that particular video at that time, it actually encouraged me to do whatever it is I'm doing right now as far as broadcasting my experiences of Satanism, of Satan himself, and try to help people to appreciate that they too don't have to work the 9 to 5 to remain in the matrix. If you choose to do so, because this is a much darker path, and I get it. It's not for everyone. Not everyone wants to, represent Baphomet and Satanism, and I get it. And Satan knows that as well. But yet, I thank her, and I think the very idea that what Satan has done at that particular time, even though he didn't ask, he simply just went ahead and did it. But I'm gonna include that experience within this video because it's just so very important that he done so, because if he hadn't, then I wouldn't be where I'm at. When these spirit beings do things like that, they do things in such a dark manner, and that's on the left hand path, that is, because they want you to pay attention to not just the teaching ability of what they're trying to demonstrate to you, but it's also seeing how things work out within your life. And the teaching ability of that is that um, once you do any black magic spell, especially a spell of prosperity to become a lot more prosperous than what you are now, to change your environment, things like that take years. I've already waited officially good 4 to 5 years, and not that time is an issue, because it's not. It's not an issue. It takes really a long time for that stuff to work out. You probably heard videos such as You Are Curators. That's another individual from the New Age that I could, name drop. That he makes very excellent videos about the law of attraction and how things work out for him. How he brought out the 5 year plan. It's really up my alley, and how I was able to wait officially 4 to 5 years. Even though technically July would be the actual fifth year to add to the 4 years and 7 months. But when I think about all the things I've learned in the left hand path, especially if you have a spirit guide. They are there to teach you and they're there to help you, but they do require and they ask you for stuff in return. Like, for example, it doesn't make any sense that if you are a teacher, that you take the time to help to teach a class and you're not paying for it, or you're a nurse and you're not being paid for it, or you're a doctor, you're not being paid for it, or it's just, the list goes on. Whatever it is that you do for a living, you need your wages for that. It's only proper because you done your due and your services and your labor, so now you need to be paid for that. Well, that's no different when it comes to a spirit guide, especially on the left hand path. Though they do it in darker means, like, I don't know if I alluded to it before, but when I lost my job, Satan came to me on the left side of my hemisphere, my body, and he spoke to me inside of my mind, to telling me that he's only drawing me closer to the manifestation that I asked for. So, of course, it's a spell of prosperity. Think about it. If you're trying to change your life, you're trying to change everything that you know of and becoming a lot more prosperous than what you are, then obviously it just means like you're gonna have to wait more time. And when I mean obvious, it's not that it's not obvious to you. It's just that it's obvious to me. So I don't mean to come off as if I'm condescending, but nonetheless, as you notice what I'm saying, it just still helps you to appreciate a very important point. And that point is that the bigger the dream, the longer you have to wait. It just makes sense. And the smaller it is, then the smaller time you have to wait. Whatever amount of time that you have to wait, appreciate it. Work accordingly to the manifestation, and things will work out well for you. And that means not to just sit there and do nothing. I mean, really, do something that could actually put that particular guardian angel, daemon, whatever it is that you work for, put them at the forefront and give them some sort of publicity. Perhaps even drawing them, speaking about all the good things that they've done for you. I mean, honestly, even if you have a very close friend and you spoke to them about your spirit guide, I mean, if you have friends the way I have friends and the way they treat me, they already know I'm weird. They already know I'm crazy because I'm strange, you know? And because I am, it's just one of those things where it's like it's not any different than you just being your normal self. So you might as well just tell them all of the good things that they've done for you. I mean, after all, they've changed your reality. And it does take time for things to not just change within the astral, but to do it right here within the physical. And a lot of that takes a lot of work on their end in order for that to be fulfilled. So, what are some ways to be in a mindset of showing them gratitude? Well, the good thing about that is that you absolutely want to be thankful. You want to be thankful for the fact that they're able to do these things for you. And of course, you could be a co creator. And what I mean by that is simply by doing the work that is actually within your power, within reason, to actually fulfill that particular pact or bargain. And the reason being is that it's just it just really baffles me that you just have individuals that will just sit there and do nothing. Or if you're of the new age, you probably hear someone like Aaron Dowdy, or someone of the new age of like law of attraction. They'll say things like people would sit on their couch or lay on a couch and they will just visualize all day for things to happen. And that bothers me because it's like you're doing something that you want to change your life and you're trying to put forth the effort. Why aren't you? Why are you so afraid of taking that action to do that? You would think by doing so, it's just going to help you. I mean, for crying out loud, it's your life. It's like you want to make the best of it. So why sit there and do nothing? Do something. And if I were to just draw back my attention to myself, though I spoke a little bit about the new age, when I think about what Satan has done for me, it's just a fantastic job on his part, because when he told me that he's drawing me closer to my manifestation, not only do I think in terms of I was not ready many years ago because of the things that I've learned now with the amount of information is just such a beautiful, beautiful way of just beautifying me, if you will, because I'm such a pragmatic person. I wasn't pragmatic many years ago. I haven't had that level of pride where it's a good balance and I'm able to have that self well no, I'm about to say self wealth. Well, not yet anyway, right? I meant self worth, self love, because those are the things that I was actually struggling with. But my guardian demon, Satan, he helped me to appreciate that in order to receive, I need to be receptive, and here are blockages that I actually need to work on so that I can receive it. I mean, everyone's different. I mean, you may not have to learn how to love yourself, but someone like myself that struggles with that, it's like, yeah, it's going to be something that is going to be a blockage. And let's be realistic. There's not many people that, let's say, manifest a specific, let's say, it could be anything. I'm trying to think of it, but it could be just about anything. Let's use money, because my spell was of prosperity. I mean, let's just be realistic. It's not many people that you could think of that are millionaires or billionaires or whatever. They have their own businesses and they are of the top notch, esteem, self esteem. But yet, it helps you to appreciate what the spirit guide thinks what is best for you. And I suggest that you follow that, because it does make, a good, level of sense. In fact, perfect sense. And the reason being is, let me prove this. Daemons have a much larger view of the scope of things in your life. So in other words, time itself is like a linear string. It just goes straight. And they know by your actions and your development where you're going to end up. So in other words, because they see a much bigger picture than you and I, why not listen to what they have to say? Why not do it? Because it's of your best interest. And if you have to walk through that darkness, pull through it. Suck it up. Cry if you have to, like I did. And then get back up. Do it again. Why? Well, because they're actually aligning you with your manifestation. You see, that's actually very pertinent if you're going and you're very serious about going forward with your manifestation. But make sure you're actually being very showing the necessity of being happy, being gratitude or thankful of what you're doing, because this is what they're doing, and it's hard work on their part to do that. I mean, to me, it's like the only way that I could really develop my relationship with just anybody. Because if I'm chilling with you guys and you buy me a pizza, and you think I'm just eat the pizza without thanking you, it's like, come on, you didn't have to do that. That's to begin with. You don't have to just agree that you want to feed me. It's like you want to show that gratitude. It's like, why not? So it's the same thing when it comes with the daemons or your spirit guides, or whatever it is you want to call them. The idea is show gratitude. It shows that when it comes from the heart, you see, not only will that manifestation comes quicker to you, because you're also showing that particular daemon or your spirit guide that you're not and I'm going to be quite honest with you, you're not an asshole. You're not just accepting what you want and then walking away from it all because you got what you want. No, you're not. You're actually showing gratitude. And if there's anything that they want, either it be publicity or whatever, then you don't mind doing it for them. Why? Because you're showing that gratitude. Thanks, guys. So I haven't been saying this lately, but still, please subscribe to my channel. I know you get the indications up here within the videos in order for you to do that, but please do so. It'll help me out a lot. And click that like button. All right. Thank you, guys. I love you all. Thank you for sharing your comments. And please keep up the good work as far as what you personally are doing on your journey, especially if you're treating your spirit guide the right way. Thanks, guys.